Hello everyone. This is going to be a short market update series. I will try to make videos around 10 minutes, just a quick look at all the main charts that I've been analyzing and following. And let's start with BTC. So far, this is the daily chart. BTC keeps closing above the 106k area, right? This is the place BTC needs to close above candle-wise for this to make a higher high and a higher low and continuation. There's no weakness inside, no divergences, nothing wrong with this, just again vertical accumulation as I said with October 23. And you can see there is no sign of weakness, not only because there are no divergences, that is also backed by the open interest. We can see it's completely flat. It's been completely flat since the bottom. So this, as I've said many times, it's a clear sign of disbelief still in the market. Perhaps when we decisively break all-time high like we did in Q4 with previous all-time high, we can see this candle broke the all-time high. We had some consecutive candles above it, and then it was when the people started chasing with open interest, we got the very first overheated daily RSI, and then we printed the first very divergence. So far we haven't had any spike nor divergence, so this might happen the moment we break all-time high for once and for all, and then we perhaps have this run with some weakness until 134 or 35, which is the Fibonacci extension that I'm paying attention to. So for now, all good. If we switch to Ethereum BTC, this is a channel I'm gonna keep paying attention to because I think it's key for our altcoins, right? I mentioned months ago that this looked terrible and probably wouldn't find a bottom until this very high time frame, and so far so good. This was the last cycle, 2019-2020, very oversold levels on the weekly, bullish divergence, very oversold levels, no divergence, but it has bounced, and so far it's holding well for quite some weeks now. So I think this clearly shows it's just not a bounce from oversold levels. We'll see. If we take a look at the 4-hour for Ethereum BTC, I wanted to highlight that after finding these potential bottoms since the bottom in April for BTC, right? It's been more than a month. It spiked and now it's above the 4-hour. The last time it did that, it was May 24, like last year. Yes, we had these small spikes, but this could be arguably after a bottom, which in my opinion is not a bottom per se. It's more like, this is more like a bottom. And if we go back to the Ethereum BTC chart, we can see that back in May, right, when it had this spike, it was mostly triggered by this bullish divergence, but just like a relief bounce, right? This wasn't any kind of support area just this week, so obviously this wasn't strong enough, right? The next one could be this, and it wasn't either, so that's why I said this could be the real bottom. So I think it's relevant that the 4-hour is, for now, reclaiming it. It's the first step. If we go to the daily, we can see that it still needs to work on it. 2020, reclaimed, and just some big wicks below it, but we need that for a potential outperformance from from Ethereum, then for all coins. We take a look at total 3, everything looks great. This is the daily chart. We reclaimed this level, got rejected, retested again with a small divergence here in the daily, which has already played out. So far, we are building pretty much a bottom, RSI bottom. I posted today that the bottom here wasn't really that big, right? And the area has been holding very strong, which is reinforced by the 200-day moving average. You can see it's not a coincidence the places where it's bouncing, and even if it wicks below, it closes above, right? If we take a quick look at the 4-hour, we can see it has reclaimed it since late April, and I'm waiting, as I said, for the ghost signal, pretty much like in Q4, even stronger than Q4, because Q4 was threatening to lose it several times, trapping people. So total 3 looks good. If we take a look at others, Sorry, let me just mention something else. Considering the base that's building here, and this is the all-time high, I don't think it's crazy to think that from here we will probably break 950, which is the next resistance. I think it's just a matter of time, the same way it was here. So a push to all-time high, at least for a retest, it's not crazy. We can see that RSI is still not ready to cross, but it looks like just a matter of time. Very oversold and already reset, fully reset stock RSI is just a matter of time. Something similar with others. Getting ready to cross, still not having had the go signal, and then we have very oversold again and corrected the stock RSI. So again, this range is perfectly respected. High highs, high lows, high highs, and these could be the start for a new push into all-time high, again with this new daily leg. From the 200 moving averages perspective, again, it's not a coincidence that others is holding this lower band no matter the wicks. Still stuck in between, unlike total 3, which is above. This is normal because others normally lag and they run the last. So this is coiling, this is loading the next move. Again, remember that Q4, it looked way worse. If we take a look at October, summer 2023 until October, the daily was holding strong above. That's why this move was stronger. So something similar right now. All good in my opinion. We take a look at USDT. This is my main chart on the first target, which was 4.5. You can see it's acted as support as expected. We saw this daily bullish divergence that hopefully has played out here, and now we need USDT to cross this MA and roll over. So far we could say that after this drop it made an attempt from oversold levels, and this is a lower low, lower high, lower low, potentially lower high, and now we need to go back to below 440 to make a lower low and attack finally 3.73, right? The only worrying thing is that stock RSI on the weekly is already here, but remember that it can stay this oversold the same way as overheated, overbought levels for quite some time before reversing. Something to pay attention to. These weeks look, this is the weekly again, these weeks look very strong as a rejection, but we also see strong weeks to the downside. So this is like hesitation, which is the situation the market is in right now. Participants are hesitant to what's next, but I think there's still more downside. If we take a look from the 200 moving averages, we saw that the daily was lost, tried to recover, and so far it's been rejected. The same thing that happened in Q4 before the big run. We need that. We don't need a reclaim, otherwise 450 would be the bottom for USDT, and that would be terrible for all our expectations. And finally, BTC dominance. So far, so good, playing this rollover we were expecting here. Very oversold levels, bounce. The new daily leg is already rolling over, getting rejected, trying to surpass this Fibonacci level, but getting rejected. Very bearish daily candle yesterday. Now it's trying to reclaim the MA. I hope it's just a retest, bearish retest, and just it keeps going down. From the weekly perspective, the various retests we talked about here for Q4, the perfect rejection so far, it's acting, but I want this to be a fake out, so this week keeps pushing down. From the 200 perspective, we can see that I mentioned the 4 hours trying to be reclaimed, but it could be a fake out, and so far it's bounced pretty much from the lower band, and I want it to be rejected here in the upper band and confirm that it in fact was some kind of as a dead cat bounce here in this time frame, right? A lower high after all. So everything is good so far. The daily, which is key for the huge all season, as I pointed out in other videos, we don't need a fake out, we need a complete breakdown, and we are so far. Considering the already correction from USDT. I don't think this is the weekly cycle for an alt season. I keep saying that, and until data suggests otherwise, that's my view. This is, for me, the lowest area that BTC dominance can go, like 61, 60. That's all I expect for now. That's it. That's the update for today. I think this could be a short but quick series to just take a look at all the charts and how everything is looking. I think this is just a big movement loading mostly for altcoins. Let's see if BTC decides to lead into the next Fibonacci level 1.236, I think it is, around 134k before showing weakness. And alts start moving soon again. They've been accumulating above the moving averages for 20 days or something like that. So the base is getting bigger, so the impulse should be similar. I hope you like this format, and I will keep updating the markets as soon as I see something worth mentioning. Until then, take care and see ya.